Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. All right, y'all, it's rumored that J. Cole's about to drop soon. But before we get into the video, again, we're very close to 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate all my new subscribers, man. Really, from the bottom of my heart, I really do thank you guys. After that, we're going to hit 10,000, we're on our way to 100,000, and then we're going to be at 1,000,000. We're going to claim it, and it definitely will happen. So, all right, y'all, Royal Mall podcast, recently they were on there speaking. They were talking about, possibly a really big album, a really big artist dropping soon this week, possibly this week. Come from the Roy Mall podcast, that it was hinted from Roy, and this come from hotnewhiphop.com, that it might be J. Cole. Now, we haven't heard anything from J. Cole regarding the fall off, a date or anything like that. Even, I guess it was Maul who said that the fall off was originally supposed to have 2 features apiece from Kendrick and Drake. They were going to have 2 songs apiece that from Kendrick and Drake on the fall off, but after the battle and everything like that, J. Cole scrapped the whole album and then he's restarting the whole album. How true that is, I like I said, I don't know. I have no insiders to the industry or anything like that. But again, as far as the fall of any brand new news, this is kind of like, well, it's speculation. So there's nothing coming from the Dreamville camp or J. Cole or anybody from them saying that, hey, yeah, the album is dropping on this time. But Royal Mall is saying that it is possibly dropping this time. Now, there are also other people out there saying, oh, it's possibly Drake. He's finally dropping Iceman, of course, from Academics. Aiden Ross, everybody who's over there on Drake's team and stuff like that, really hyping the album up that it is coming. It's on the way soon, even Drake himself. But again, as far as J. Cole, man, J. Cole has been extremely quiet, ever since Port Antonio. And I think that is the right move to make. And that's the move I think Drake should have made. I said that after the battle when he lost. I said, no, you need to take some time off, then come back stronger. But didn't happen the way it is, lawsuits and all that. Hey, we are here, we are. I mean, we are now. We're here right now. But anyway, as far as this, man, am I looking forward to the fall off? I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. When J. Cole did drop out of the battle, I was really conflicted with it. I'm like, all right, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, man, you an MC. If you're gonna be popping, you the best. And it's time to knuckle up and fight. You got to prove it. You know what I'm saying? And I think there was nothing wrong with that, especially, it being hip hop and what hip hop is. But, that didn't happen. So now here we are now. Now, at the same time, I think J. Cole, that was not J. Cole, but also Cam was saying that J. Cole owes him money and stuff like that. I guess that, I don't know, I think he's suing J. Cole. It's possibly like, let me look that up, but I think he's suing J. Cole as well. So there's a lot going on with Cole, man. So I'm very interested to see with the album how it sounds sonically. What's it sound sonically as far as like the topics, that he's going to be tackling. Because, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that he needs to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Port Antonio, like I said, when I first heard it, the beat is nice. But at the same time, I didn't like the bar. I wouldn't lost the battle. I lost the broke. Now, forget all that, dog. Forget all that. Regardless if you want to bleed that in your head or not, that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? You dropped out of it. So leave it alone at this point. But at the same time, it felt like, he was on there. I guess, pretty much kind of like talking about, hey, Drake, you still my bro and all this kind of stuff. Also, big shout out to Thought Crimes. They really are one of my favorite YouTube channels. I talk about them a lot over here. But I think they also said that, I guess Drake was gearing up to go at J. Cole or something like that he was going to go at him. But how true or not that is, I don't know. But like I said, they got more ties to people in the industry than I do. You know what I'm saying? Their connections and stuff, but I have nobody. So that's just, speculation. But at the same time, how everything ended up, falling out the way it did, hey, you never know. You never know. But at the same time, like I said, for the fall off, yeah, when it drops, I'm definitely going to listen to it. I'm definitely going to listen to it. It's probably one of the most anticipated hip-hop albums of this year. So yeah, man, when it drops, yeah, like I said, we're gonna be right here on my channel checking it out. But will it drop this week? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Royal Mall, but at the same time, like, hey, like I said, they got connections, so they hear things that I don't. So who knows, man? But if it do drop, I'm definitely gonna be here. Anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see you guys soon. You have a good one.